The year was 1969. An intern like this, at the world's top space agency, thought he was covering for his boss, and recorded over the original footage of the moon landing by misreading the label as noon spanking. But what if he'd used an eye strain reducing light from Ottlite? Instead of being fired in an incessant rage, he would have been offered a full-time job at the agency. Not here, but with a really long, creepy hallway like here, where only 4 people really know what goes on. She knows, he acts like he knows, but he's clueless. He knows all too well. He would have invented time travel his first week. As a closet Joan of Arc fanatic, he goes back to 1430 AD. Joan of Arc almost tramples him with her steed. They fall madly in love. She focuses her undying passion into him instead of holy war. She never gets burned at the stake. They have babies, who have more babies, who have even more babies. The space-time continuum is altered. Our new present-day reality features a 3-day work week. Morale is sky-high around the globe. Cheesy high-fives occur. Wolves and sheep coexist. World peace is achieved. But it never happened. Because poor LED lighting causes eye strain, which causes eye fatigue, which causes interns to make mistakes, which changes the course of history. While solving the puzzle on a popular game show, a contestant blows his chance at millions after misreading Achilles as Achilles. But what if he'd used an eye strain reducing light from Ottlite? He clearly sees every letter of the puzzle as turned over, solves it, becomes a millionaire. He invests it in a tech company, higher tech that's harder for senior citizens to wrap their head around. The company takes off. The million becomes billions. Family members come out of the woodwork, the bushes, thin air. He buys an island off the grid, farther, remoter. He stumbles upon undiscovered, undisturbed ancient ruins. He rubs against a sacred artifact. A free-floating apparition appears before him. Less terrifying, like you'd grab a beer with it. Grants him one wish. Dinosaurs roam the earth again, coexisting peacefully with man. Yes, even velociraptors. But it never happened. Because poor LED lighting causes eye strain, which causes eye fatigue, which causes game show contestants to make mistakes, which changes the course of history. In 1803, Napoleon agreed to sell the Louisiana Territory in what turned out to be a monumental steal for the U.S. But what if he'd used an eye strain reducing light from Ottlite? Napoleon notices the fine print. He sees he's getting less than 3 cents an acre. He feels ripped off. Great umbrage is taken. Tantrums are thrown. He vows to personally give Thomas Jefferson a tongue lashing. A ship is commissioned. It's beautiful, yet its structural integrity is questionable. It wrecks in horrific fashion. He drifts to an island they say is deserted. They are mistaken. He's greeted by exceptionally hospitable, exceptionally short natives. For the first time, Napoleon feels vertically endowed. His complex is no more.
Yeah.
He returns to France, a changed man, peaceful, happy. He sends Thomas Jefferson a message via carrier pigeon, thanking him for being the catalyst that turned his life around. The treaty is signed. Napoleon loses interest in world domination. He uses the funds from the purchase to teach animals the art of music. The Napoleonic Wars never happen. The Napoleonic Puppy Opera is formed instead. The World Cuteness Index becomes a thing. Everybody loves France. But it never happened. Because poor LED lighting causes eye strain, which causes eye fatigue, which causes French emperors to make mistakes, which changes the course of history. The Leaning Tower of Pisa's original architect didn't notice the soil was too soft to support such a construction. But what if he'd used an eye strain reducing light from Ottlite? Instead of never working again, the architect is in high demand. He only works with muckety-mucks, mucketier, holier, like Pope Lucius III. Lucius commissions the architect to build his summer home. Lucius is enamored by the flying buttresses. The architect becomes the toast of the town. In an unprecedented move, he is declared a living saint and is forever known as the patron saint of the buttress. Statues are chiseled, babies are kissed, a holiday is conceived with confetti, bubbly, sometimes too much bubbly. A dance is created called Baby Got Buttress. It catches on across the globe, across the universe. Space tourism takes off. The U.S. adopts alien currency. The national debt is eliminated. But it never happened. Because poor LED lighting causes eye strain, which causes eye fatigue, which causes medieval architects to make mistakes, which changes the course of history. With 2 outs in the ninth, an umpire incorrectly called a runner safe, ruining a bid for a perfect game in 2010. But what if he'd used an eye strain reducing light from Ottlite? He would have clearly seen the runner was out by a foot, 2 feet. Okay, it wasn't even close. Boos would have turned to cheers. A popular fast food chain honors its free tacos for a perfect game policy, guac not included. A triumphant celebration ensues on the field. The ump's big toe gets trampled. He goes to the hospital. X-rays prove negative, yet the doctor is perplexed, dumbfounded even. The ump's bone marrow contains a rare mutation, not a bad mutation, but the kind that turns mere mortals into superhero centaurs with ridiculous man buns, or advanced cyborgs that can change their heads with their mood swings. Tests are done. More tests are done. The CDC gets involved. A serum is made. The common cold is cured. Pink eye, too. The ump gets millions for his contribution to medicine and free tacos for life. But it never happened. Because poor LED lighting causes eye strain, which causes eye fatigue, which causes umpires to make mistakes, which changes the course of history.